January 2025. A young inventor from Atlanta posts a video shaking, saying, "Someone tried to kill me, and it's not a joke." He was Julian Brown, a 23-year-old backyard inventor who claimed he had done the impossible, turning plastic into clean fuel. At first, no one believed him. Then came the demo, a microwave reactor, old milk jugs, and clear liquid fuel that could power a generator. But just days after that video went viral, Julian vanished. He told friends black helicopters were circling his house. He warned his family was in danger. Then, total silence. No one's seen him since. Was it a hoax, a breakdown, or something much more dangerous? He went from unknown genius to global hope to ghost. And if what he said was real, who would want him gone? In this video, we follow every clue, every file, every message he left behind, because one final discovery might explain everything. But to see it, you'll need to stay until the end. Julian Brown was not a scientist. He didn't work in a lab. He worked in his garage in Atlanta. Online, people knew him as Nature Jab. He had a big idea. What if you could turn plastic trash into fuel? And he did it. He called it Plastiline, a new kind of clean fuel made from old plastic. Julian used a microwave and some simple tools. No big machines, just stuff from a hardware store. 2 different labs checked his fuel. And guess what? They said it worked. Even better, it was cleaner than diesel. People couldn't believe it. A guy in his backyard made something that could fight pollution. His videos went viral. Millions of people watched him turn trash into fuel. Julian looked like the next big hero. But then, something changed. He looked more nervous. He started turning off comments. He said he felt like someone was watching him. He wasn't just helping the planet anymore. Now he was going up against big oil companies. In just 2 years, Julian had over 1.7 million followers. People were excited, but others were worried. And then, he posted one last video. His face looked scared. He said, "Someone is coming after me. This is not a joke." So what happened next? We'll get to that soon. But first, how did it all begin to go wrong? In January 2025, Julian Brown posted a video that felt different. He wasn't smiling. He looked shaken, like something really bad had happened. He said, "Someone tried to kill me." This wasn't just a scary story. He showed proof. All 10 lug nuts on both his front tires were loose. A mechanic checked them and said, "This was no accident. Someone did this on purpose." If Julian had driven on the highway like that, at 70 miles per hour, his car could have crashed. He could have died. And it wasn't just him. He said he was worried about his family too. He told his followers, "Screen record my videos. Don't trust the platform. If something happens, keep my work alive." It was clear Julian didn't feel safe anymore. He didn't say who was after him, but he gave hints. He said people were trying to shut him down, maybe even powerful groups or agencies. Then he said something strange. The IRS and EPA started calling him. He had never heard from them before. Now they wanted to know everything. Was this just fear talking? Or was someone actually watching Julian Brown? Something didn't feel right. And soon, he'd disappear altogether. Not long after, Julian Brown posted another video. But this time, he looked even more afraid. He wasn't smiling anymore. He didn't look like the same smart, happy inventor. He looked tired and stressed. In the video, he said, "There's a black helicopter flying over my house." He claimed these helicopters weren't random. He said they followed him, and his online activity was being watched. He stopped showing his location. He stopped saying where he was. He even stopped showing his usual backyard lab. People noticed. They said he looked like someone in hiding, but he never gave proof. No video of the helicopter. No clear names. Still, he kept saying, "I'm under attack." Not just online, but in real life. Some followers started to wonder, was Julian just scared? Or was something really happening? Others believed him. They said, if big companies felt threatened, maybe they really are watching him. One comment said, "You'd act the same if people wanted to shut you down." And maybe that's true. In one video, Julian said something heavy. "I didn't ask for this war, but I guess I'm in it now." Then, his post slowed down. No more updates. No more lab videos. No more Julian. So the big question is, how did we go from fear to complete silence? In July 2025, Julian Brown, the inventor behind Nature Jab, posted one last video. It wasn't like the others. He didn't talk about plastic. He didn't talk about helicopters. Instead, he looked into the camera and said, "Please pray for me." Then, Nothing. The channel went quiet. No new videos, no live streams, no updates at all. Even the community tab had a strange post. It said, "Please be alert. Be aware. Something's coming." That message scared a lot of people. Some thought he was warning us. Others thought it was a goodbye. His followers rushed to the comments. Thousands asked the same thing. "Are you okay? Where are you? Is this real?" One comment said, "You're not crazy. You're brave." Julian hearted that comment. It was the last thing he did online. After that, silence. Some people thought his account was hacked. Others believed he was taken. No one could prove anything. But his fans were scared and confused. People searched the internet. They checked Reddit. They checked YouTube. But Julian Brown was gone. And one question filled every post. Where is Nature Jab? Weeks went by. No one heard from Julian Brown. No videos, no live streams, nothing. Then one day, a short post appeared on Reddit. It was from someone claiming to be Julian's mother. She wrote just 5 words. "Julian is safe. That's all. That's it. No details, no photo, no voice." People were shocked. Was it real? Was Julian okay? Why wouldn't she say more? Some tried calling local police, but there was no missing person report, no official search, no statement from the city or the news. It felt strange, like someone told her what she could say and what she couldn't. One person asked, "If your son said someone tried to kill him, would you stay quiet like that?" Even stranger. Julian's phone and YouTube logins had been inactive since mid-July 2025. Everything just froze. The silence wasn't calming. It felt controlled, planned, and that silence made the internet explode. Some said he was hiding. Others said he was taken. Some thought the whole thing was fake. Others believed it was all too real. Theories started to spread fast. People picked sides, and the truth got even harder to find. So now, there's just one question. What do people really believe happened to Julian Brown? This is the theory that scares people the most. The idea that Julian Brown was silenced, not bought, not hidden, but erased. Why? Because what he made really worked. Plastic fuel, clean, cheap, made in your own backyard. If it spread, it could have cost big oil companies trillions, and Julian knew that. He even said in one video, "I'm not sure how long I'll be allowed to do this." Then, he vanished. No one from any company or government ever said a word about Julian's invention, not even to deny it, and that made some people even more sure. They believe he didn't sell out. He didn't run away. He was silenced, just like others who made disruptive tech in the past. Go look it up. There are stories, and if that's what happened, we may never hear from Julian Brown again. No answers, no proof, just silence. But there's another idea out there, one that might be even darker, or maybe just more personal. What if this wasn't about oil? What if it was about Julian himself? Not everyone thinks Julian Brown was silenced. Some believe something else happened, something more personal. That his mind couldn't take the pressure. It makes sense. He was working alone, no company, no team, no one helping him with the stress. Yet, millions were watching him online. Every video, every test, every word. And the more people watched, the more pressure he felt. He had no therapist, no lawyer, no protection. He once even joked, "I'm just a guy with a microwave. Why is the world freaking out?" But maybe, deep down, he was freaking out too. In one video he said, "They're watching me," but showed no proof, just fear. Could it be that he truly believed it, even if no one was watching? This theory says it wasn't a hit job. It was a mental spiral. That maybe Julian convinced himself he was in danger and ran, to protect himself, to hide, or to escape the eyes of the internet. Today we see a lot of online stars burn out, even lose their minds. Mental health is a big deal, especially when you feel alone with the whole world staring at you. So maybe there were no helicopters. Maybe no one loosened the bolts. Maybe the danger was in his own mind. But what if both theories are wrong? There's still one final possibility that no one has ruled out. There's one more theory about Julian Brown. And this one, it doesn't end in fear. It ends in choice. This theory says Julian is alive and that he chose to disappear. Maybe he got scared, or maybe he got smart. He knew what he was doing was big. He even warned us in his videos, if something happens, record everything, save it. He planned for silence, Maybe he went underground. Maybe he moved to protect his family. Maybe he's still working, but in secret. People online say he's still out there, logging into private forums, using a new name. He knew he couldn't fight giant companies in public, so he went dark, as a way to survive. This theory doesn't say he broke. It says he outsmarted them, that he's playing the long game. It's the one theory that gives us hope, that we haven't seen the last of Julian Brown. That maybe he's still building something bigger, somewhere safe. So now the question is, which story do you believe? Was it murder, madness, or a master plan? Julian Brown didn't just build fuel. He started something bigger, a movement, one that made millions of people start asking new questions. Even if he was silenced, or just scared, or maybe smart and strategic, he still did something huge. He shook the system. Because sometimes the biggest ideas don't come from fancy labs. They come from small garages, but they don't come without danger. And now, his silence says more than any of his words. It's louder than any proof, more powerful than any video. Remember what he told us. Something's coming. Maybe it already came. Maybe we just didn't notice in time. So now we ask, is Julian gone? Or did he just show us something we can't unsee? Because the world he warned us about, it might be here already. Julian Brown gave us more than just fuel. He gave us questions no one else dared to ask. He proved you don't need a lab coat or a big company to try and change the world. Just curiosity and courage. If this story surprised you, subscribe now. Because we tell the stories the world tries to hide. Now it's your turn. What do you think happened to Julian? Was he silenced, or did he choose to disappear? Drop your theory in the comments.